That
Welcome to Two Dumb Dogs. This is
whoop whoop.
April 9th. We are coming to you live at the time. One take show. This is a friendly podcast where two friends record their conversations, catching up on day-to-day stuff. I'm Toy Yates. I live in North Dakota, America. Greg?
I'm Greg Garcia. I live in Bavaria, Germany.
Awesome. Two friends, we're high school friends, just trying to shoot the shit and keep a relationship strong out here in these times where it's hard to make real friends. Fucking people are so fake and can change their whole lifestyle in over a week. You know, everybody's got their passions that they're strong about. Fucking veganism, climate change,
Have you
abortion.
been able to see that movie, Civil War?
Uh, when did it come out?
Yesterday?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I think I saw
I,
something on TikTok popping up. It has what's his name from Parks and Rec, and
yeah, I definitely need to see that movie. I gotta see what the future holds for us. That seemed pretty realistic
what is
in
it
a
like
lot of scary
future?
ways.
Is it like a future Civil War?
It's as if Civil War started today in 2024.
Oh, okay. That's easy to imagine.
Yes, it's easy to imagine, but it's equally scary.
It definitely won't last as long.
That depends.
No,
That
people will die
absolutely
much quicker.
depends.
People will die much quicker.
There's 330 million people in America.
Yeah,
That takes a
but
long
most
time.
of us
It
have
took
basic
Hitler,
chemistry skills now.
dude, it took Hitler like 6 years to kill 6 million Jews. Okay, and that was in 1940. Sure, we got technology that could speed that process up if we wanted to, but I don't think it would be over
But
quickly.
okay, but it'd still be. I mean, yeah, but you're not counting how many Germans died and all that. So that like you gotta cut that in half if we're talking a civil war. Like half is being like optimistic. So that's 15 million against 15 million. It's
No,
probably gonna be
there's
like
going to be a
5
lot
million
of
versus 25 million.
I can totally imagine in a Civil War scenario that there's going to be a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm always looking for these fucking words that I don't have in my library anymore. But I'm
The
pretty
next
sure
song.
the concept of mass shooting is just going to change to, oh, it's Tuesday and a million people were gunned down today and let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean it's all perspective. It's like people say like, I mean, what? How many people did we actually lose to COVID? And we're gonna call it a pandemic when like did it even qualify as like 1% of the population?
No,
So
no.
yeah, it was scary and it was fast because we haven't seen anything like that in like probably like 20 years, like since influenza.
The
And
Spanish influenza happened 100 years ago.
I know, but still, like during Bush times is when America got serious about fucking vaccinations and shit and pandemic fucking spreads of viruses. That's whenever like we actually started like fucking making
I
sure people
spent
have
I
shit.
spent the early 2000s in a state called Mississippi. I don't ever remember there being any kind of conversation in regards to vaccinations. I just remember hurricane after hurricane until Katrina happened, and then that was the
Yeah.
last hurricane before we left the
But no,
area.
like, well, so the 90s when I was a kid, like the big chicken pox thing was going around where parents were influenced to if 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 to actually make sure that their child caught child pox when they were young because you can only catch it
Okay.
once. That's the thing, or that was the rumors. Like you can only catch it once, so it's better to just get it into their system, which is essentially a fucking vaccination. Just no needles were involved. And I remember
I
that
grew up.
I
I
remember
spent my
sitting in a fucking
childhood in
bathtub for
Germany.
5 days, itching and fucking scratching and taking oatmeal baths and shit.
Okay. Well, I spent my childhood in Germany, and we had this weird thing called mad cow's disease back in the early '90s. I remember that being a thing in my
I
life.
remember that in the news and everything, and like fucking telling us to be wary of beef and all that.
Yeah, just don't eat it raw.
Well, that was the mad cow thing was big in Florida because Florida is a big cattle producer, surprisingly, or like not very common sense, but yeah, we got a lot of cows, I guess.
Who knew?
Yeah, crazy. All right, so that's enough for politics. Moving on, moving on. All right, brother. So, it's been a I don't know. This week has been it's hard to just use one word.
Okay, well,
It's
tell
been
me the process.
depressing, it's been exciting, it's been endearing, and it's been like changing, I guess. I've had a toothache that fucking nearly killed me. Well, not nearly killed me. I had a 13-hour LSD trip. I had an 8-hour mushroom trip.
What the fuck?
It's been cold as shit. It was cloudy as fuck during the eclipse, so had no chance of seeing that. And then yeah, and then the blizzard hose, they've been chipping away at my feelings.
Shout out to them Blizzard hoes. Keep on keeping on.
All right. But yeah, so let's start with the depressing part. The weather's been shitty all week, and I just been wanting to go fucking ride my motorcycle, but it's been too fucking cold. I've been sitting here kind of like lovesick, basically, like you were, like just like I want to go spend time with her, but she's busy, you know. So I gotta sit here,
Mhm.
and then everybody else is busy, and then I'm just like ah. So I had to sit here. I spent like fucking Sunday on Xbox all day, and then toothache kept me up during my mushroom trip, so that wasn't fun at the end. Uh, but yeah, had a nice trip here at the house. Watched the Three Body Problem on Netflix. That is a fucking like I didn't even read the description or anything. It was just like kept popping up subliminally, and I'm like, oh, I like that guy. Oh, it looks good. You know, it's a three body problem. I knew that was a math problem or like a physics problem. It's like the three suns. Like you can't,
Okay.
they're unpredictable, you know? So it was cool. It was fucking trippy as fuck. The fat guy from Sam's friend from or John's friend from Game of Thrones, I think his name was Sam. He was in it. He was an asshole. Oh, he was portraying an asshole. So that was weird to see. He went from all shy like fat guy that got bullied to being basically a fucking bully.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just fucking mind tripping like these alien. Well, I'm not gonna no spoiler alerts because it's still fairly new, but it was a good one. And on LSD, it was even better. Like we were tripping. It was 8 episodes, so that was like 8 hours of it. We had watched three on the mushrooms the day before, so that was fun. And it was some fucking trippy ass shit. But yeah, so what happened to you this week?
Ah, I didn't take LSD. I said, what the fuck? Oh my God.
Like
Um,
you're such a prude. Like you fucking never trip balls before.
no, I don't know. It just
Have
I
you fucking taken LSD before?
no,
No,
no, no,
you should.
no. My vices were always alcohol and weed, and neither one of those things are in my life anymore. Okay, I tried cocaine 3 times, but I hated that shit. I thought my head was gonna explode.
Nah, LSD is an experience more than a drug. Like it's a drug technically because it alters your mind space, but it's different, bro.
Okay, as long as it doesn't affect your decision-making process,
No, I mean, like, I would highly advise you do it with somebody that's sober around you and plan to stay in your apartment for 12 hours.
well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I intend on being sober until I die.
Yeah. Well, good for you. But that's the great thing about it is like there's no addictive qualities. Like you can microdose it. Like just take a little sliver of it, you know, and
I'm
then
getting my 3 month chip next month, bro. I'm not thinking about any of that.
what, 3 months for what?
I'm sorry, 3 year chip. May
Okay.
25th is my 3 year sober.
I was like, well, that's a little like, what happened? Did I miss something? Did you miss?
No, you didn't miss anything. I just misspoke. I'm sorry.
Ah, so what's good with you?
Is- there is something that happened, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it on the podcast.
Just don't say
So
any names.
I'm I'm just gonna. It doesn't matter if I say names or not. The story is so
Specific?
specific that the person I'm talking about will immediately know that it's them, and then I'll get a weird phone call, be like, "Greg, I know you say a lot of shit on the podcast. You know what? Let me go with the thing. On our last
Yeah.
episode, I was stressing out about money, and I didn't get paid fast enough.
Mhm.
And I got really scared on Friday, and then it finally did come Friday night, and it was such a huge sigh of relief. And then I was able to lose half of it to child support and rent and da 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 da. And I'm just like, whoo, whoo, back to being poor instead of broke. This is this is a better feeling. I'm good.
Okay.
But nothing eventful happened to me this week that I'm allowed to talk about. Uh
Well, I
no,
thought
for real. No, just no. On a serious note, okay. How about tomorrow? My girlfriend is meeting friends of mine, which is kind of a big deal because she's really nervous about this for some reason. I don't know why, and she doesn't know it yet. But she's also going to have a conversation with my mom tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that because I have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen before and or after.
Mhm.
But I'm really excited about that. That she's I'm sharing her with people around me and
That's
people that are
cool.
important to me. Also, people that can speak German because that's kind of an important detail considering she can't speak English.
Mhm.
So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be an interesting day. But I'm talking about it now, so that'll be a follow up thing to talk about on our next episode.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I'll fucking say what happened, and damn the consequences.
And the consequences.
Damn the consequences. So,
There's only like 7 people listening.
oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad.
And two of
Okay,
those are
so
Gavin and PJ. So shout out to Gavin and PJ. So they're probably not gonna like
it
it's a
doesn't.
fucking
This.
podcast.
Oh,
Nobody's gonna come knock on your door.
yeah. Yo, that's part of the story. Holy shit!
Oh, somebody said something about the podcast?
No. Oh God, now I have to say it, but oh,
What happened? Somebody come
ah,
knock on your door because you were fucking too
God
loud?
damn it, bro. God damn it. Okay, here I go. So I'm fine. Okay. My
Okay.
girlfriend is having issues in her life regarding her ex. And from the stories that she's told me about him,
Oh, dirty,
from the
dirty.
stories
Good.
from the stories that she's told me about him, he seems to be an asshole narcissist. He's on the spectrum
Okay.
of definite narcissism in his life. And he's been repeatedly saying that she should dump me and get back with him and give him a second chance. And she's not hearing it because she's given thousands of chances. And the things that she tells me about him,
Mhm.
this man just layup. Okay, he did some really fucked up shit for a very long time to her, and I guess he thought that this thing was gonna last, that she was never gonna leave him. And
Classic narcissist.
when she tells me the things that he did, I can't help but laugh while she's, even though in that moment it's very serious. I try and I make inappropriate jokes, and it's actually not funny at all. But she'll tell me some shit that'll just make me laugh because this man has made it so easy for me. Like he put her bar so
Right?
low, man. He put her bar like it's beneath the ground. Okay. I
Mhm.
just have to talk to her and her talk to me, and that's just I'm so far ahead of him
That's like
on the scale.
empire though, man. Like women just want a guy that's nice and clean.
Like he's really fucked up, but also he put hands on her, and he's doing it in front of the kids, and he's telling her that he knows where I live, and he's gonna go with his friends, and he's gonna ring the doorbell, and he's gonna put me in my grave and shit like that. And I've seen this man physically. Now he's been working out, but I still got him by a forehead. So I'm not exactly intimidated by this
How much
man in any
weight do
way.
you have on him?
I don't know. I think, like I said, I'm taller than him by a forehead, so I'm not overly concerned by my range. Even like stretched out range is farther than his, and I got a big stick from the Alps named Charlie, so I got backup, right?
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. So
Now here's the
so
thing
what
that's
are the,
tricky.
so somebody's gonna be coming to say hi to me for like 5 minutes, so we'll have to pause then. But I just wanted to give you a heads up in case I run off. But I'm
Okay,
listening.
so uh
So you got him by a forehead, and he's a piece of
okay,
shit,
so there's two
not
people, and there's
grounded in
there's two
reality.
people specifically. She's never told him where I actually live.
Okay.
Okay, which is funny because he drives past my apartment all the time to and from work. Okay, so the day he does figure out
Okay.
where I live, he's gonna be mad at himself for being a fucking retard. But that's beside the point. There are in fact two people in his sphere that do know where I live. One is my neighbor slash ex colleague slash somebody that I've invited to my poker games multiple times that uh, never came because he couldn't, but we were on friendly terms. And then the second guy was definitely in my house, who was definitely at my poker game and took money off me that day. And he's very much on her ex's side on how things have gone down because he's
Oh,
been
sounds
given
like you got
only
enemy.
that person's side. Yes, yes. So they're I got Charlie's ready. Okay, Charlie is ready for war, and also I'm kind of conflicted on how I'm supposed to deal with the situation when it goes down, because I could go about this a couple ways. The first way is I whoop his ass. Okay, but then if I do that, I could
Remember,
lose
you
the
are
respect
being
of my
recorded,
partner.
and this can be played
Hear
back for
me,
later,
hear
so
me
don't
out.
incriminate yourself.
Hear me out. There's a couple ways I could play this. Scenario number one, I just whoop his ass. Okay, Charlie is really strong. I could give him concussion, call it a day. But even though this man has apparently claimed there that he's not calling the police because he's going to be the one that kills me, fragile ego does reckless things. And my biggest fear is that the immigration office gets hold of that kind of scenario, and then I've got some real issues on my hand.
Okay,
The
pause right
second
there. Pause right
scenario,
there. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, buddy. Thanks for being so patient.
the second scenario that could play itself out is that I do nothing and I just let him whoop my ass because truth is I already won. There's nothing he can do to me that he hasn't already done to himself. That would just put him in another hole. And truth be told, if I did get hurt like that, I just got paid leave then for a
Yeah,
couple
sue
weeks,
him.
lost a couple teeth. But the problem with that scenario is I don't know how she would react to a scenario like that because I just let her dude fuck me up. That could have some kind of psychological impact that would be unforeseen. Then there's a visit to the hospital. Obviously, then they're gonna have questions like, "Hey, you look like your face got fucked up," and I'll be like, "I fell down," and they're not gonna believe me.
I don't
So,
know, man.
and then that as well, that kind of scenario as well, a police report would happen. Any kind of police report would go towards the immigration office, anyways.
Mhm.
And then the third scenario that would play itself out which she's told me multiple times, is that if anything were to happen, if I find out that he's at your place, I will come there right away and I will get in the middle of that, which means she's gonna put herself in harm's way. And now I gotta think of the children. Okay, because is my son gonna be at the house when this rolls down? Where are her two kids gonna be? Then we got child services involved. So none of these scenarios play out in a good way.
Okay.
And of course, the fourth scenario, which is the unlikeliest to happen, if this were to go down, is I talk to the man to man, and we maybe come to some kind of reasonable scenario where we could coexist. See, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either, but that's going to be my option A.
That's
Like, hey,
hopeful.
maybe.
Like, I don't know this guy. I mean, like, I like, it shows a lot that you've even considered it. But I mean, the third option is probably going to be your safest, because the only thing you stand to lose is if he actually does fuck you up too much. But I feel like you can protect yourself at that point. Like, once he's thrown the first blow, and you know that you're in the right, fucking protect yourself.
Dude,
You know?
that's what Charlie's for, man. I got this.
And
Like I said, I'm not worried, but I
yeah,
am. I do have to think. I do have to consider her
in my
feelings, and this
eyes,
is
your
all.
responsibility is protecting those kids and her, and your ego is last.
Thank you.
If
So we're on the
she
same.
can't see it that way, like I'm getting the sense that you're somewhat subconsciously worried that she's gonna think less of you because you got your ass whooped. But in my eyes, if she knows how fucked up he is, she will realize that that was your only safe option, was because, like, yeah, if you did beat his ass, you'd be no better than him, and you've got a lot more on the line
Sure.
than he does.
Sure.
That's
But
why
my
he's willing
biggest
to fight.
concern is obviously that all this gets back to the immigration office and then
Mhm.
my visa is up in the air and I can't have those kinds of issues in my life. And I told her this and she gets it. We're both immigrants. So
Yeah. At the
it's
end
an
of the day,
issue.
David comes first. You
Yes.
can't do anything
Yes.
to jeopardize your position in David's life. And she should understand that with no problems. So, like, as long as you keep that in the front of your head, like, I think you'll be all right, brother. Like, just just protect yourself as long with the authorities. Like,
I've been saying crude things to her though, try to make her laugh, and it worked at first, but it's not working anymore because the situation keeps escalating in her eyes. I said things to her like, "Yo, if I ever get the chance, I gotta thank him." Okay, because if he wasn't such a fuck ass to you this entire time, I would have never had the opportunity to show you how cool I am. And she laughed the first time, but then recently she was like, "Greg, please don't talk to him. Please don't talk.
yeah,
Don't say
because,
what you've been
like,
saying."
you got to remember, you talking that way about him looks bad on her because she stayed with him.
Mm.
So don't joke
It was a
like
joke
that.
that went too far. I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
say it, but I
Yeah,
want
I mean,
to.
it's just about perspective, because, like, that's the way I would feel if I was in her shoes. Like, I don't want people to sit here and ridicule my ex, because then that just makes me look even dumber for staying with her. It's like, yeah, I was being vulnerable with you. You don't have to fucking twist the goddamn knife, man.
And then here's the sick part of all this, man. I'm totally enjoying this, man. This She told me that he wakes up and thinks about me and he goes to bed thinking about me. I'm like, I need to buy a suit
Okay,
or
just
something. I
remember
didn't realize that I was this popular.
you're in a relationship with her, not him. So don't make it about him. Okay. When she brings him up, you should just divert her attention to something else. Like, oh, I'm sorry you said that about that. What do you want to do? What do you want to do this afternoon?
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I feel you. That's why I don't fuck. That's why I stopped fucking
Dude, I didn't
with
know I was doing so well in life. I didn't know that I was doing that well in life, man. I
Hey,
have fucking enemies. This is fantastic. I
watch
thought life was
yourself.
boring at
Watch
30.
yourself. The higher you go, the higher you can fall, or the
Yeah,
further
I
you can fall.
know. So yeah, I'm pretty good. This was a good week. It was a relief to get paid, and I got fans. Woo, and I'm doing okay considering in comparison to last week.
Well, that's good, brother. I'm glad to hear that. Boring's good.
Sure, boring. My life. I would
I
definitely
mean,
call it boring.
it's better than it's better than you fucking sit here calling me like, oh man, the fucking money didn't come through and fucking everything went to shit. Had to go to an interview without deodorant. Fucking David hasn't
Oh,
brushed
I bought
his teeth in
deodorant.
days.
Yes. That made me very happy to buy deodorant. I felt like a man again. I was like, yes, deodorant, give it to me. Give it to me. But I am reminded of that song. I can't remember the name of the song, but I remember the verse. It says, I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all.
That's
And I'm totally vibing.
Pain by 3 Days Grace.
I'm
This
totally
sounds
vibing with
like
that
pain.
feeling right now.
Can't get enough pain.
This is much better than nothing happening in life at all. Much better. Okay, boring is bad. Boring is worse than bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Everybody needs that point in life when they can experience boring. And then because then that's like peace and quiet, you know? Like, I don't know. Like right now, like I feel that's the point that I'm at. Like after the 2 years of the divorce and everything, I just been sitting here just grinding away, trying to make everything fit like it's supposed to, eliminating excuses and all that bullshit. And now I'm just ready to go fucking set fire to it all. Let's fucking watch it burn and build it again, you know?
Hey, do what you got to do, man. We only live once, right?
Exactly, right?
Though I am a little worried when you tell me that you're doing LSD and shrooms. That's a scary thing to hear.
Yeah, that's okay, brother. You're just a sober fucking buddy. That's okay.
It's weird being in this situation, man. I got clean and every. Oh my God, that's another thing that happened this week. Now, thank you for reminding me, Rodney. I'm at my girl's house, and my ex-wife calls me in the middle of the night. I immediately assume the worst because why would she call me at this time?
Yeah.
And I pick up the phone in that area, in that with that tone. I was like, "What's happened? Is it the dog? Is it David? Who's hurt? Where do I need to go?" And she's high, and she's like, "Hi, I forgot why I called you." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And
No.
my
You can do
girl is
that
next to
shit.
me, and she mouthed it. She's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Hold on, hold on. Let me get. I haven't got enough information to decide how I feel
You
about this
speak in German
conversation
or
yet."
English?
To her, to my ex-wife, I speak English. To
No,
my girl, I speak
that's why
German.
I'm asking, was your ex-wife speaking English or German when she called you high?
Well, in the beginning, she just said hi. That works in both languages.
Okay.
Okay. And actually, to the conversation, that it ended up being both languages, but I can navigate through both very easily. So it doesn't matter what language it was in. I understood the whole conversation. But she's like, Greg, I forgot why I called you. And I was like, what the fuck? What? Is everything okay? Let's start with the basics. Is everything okay? She goes, yeah, everything's fine. I'm just really high right now. And I was like, really? And then I couldn't help myself. I was like, you remember that time where you came home and I was high and you flipped the gasket because David was this, that, and the other, and I'm being irresponsible? And she goes, that happened a lot. Which time are you talking about? And I couldn't help but laugh. Right? I couldn't
She
help but
burned you
fucking
in your
laugh.
own fucking burn.
Oh man, it was weird. But also, and I pointed this out in that conversation. I was like, "You don't find that a little bit strange that I'm the sober one now, and you're the one getting high all the time? You were so mad that I was always smoking pot, and now you're smoking pot." And she goes, "Yeah, life is weird." And I was like, "You should maybe lay down and go to bed." She goes, "I don't wanna. I still got something to smoke." And I was like, "I'm jealous. I'm jealous. This is weird how the roles have switched in our lives, and that I'm the conservative one now, and you've decided to be the stoner hippie, borderline homeless person." And she goes, "I know, right? Weird." She could not stop. The last word of every sentence was really long. And I'm laughing. And my girl left the room because I guess she thought that this was a personal conversation going on. And I actually enjoyed the conversation. I was like, okay, I'll help you do this more. You make me look good when you do shit like this. Everybody is making me look good right now. Okay. slowly starting to forget that I was a fucktard who was
Well,
drunk
you're
and
starting to look
high
like a
all the
fucking
god.
narcissist. So,
I enjoyed the conversation thoroughly. It was really nice to be on the other side of that.
well, good for you, brother. Congratulations.
It is really weird, Rodney. Everybody's enjoying their life in their own way, but it's always alcohol related. It's always weed related. It's always whatever, in the sense of like people are just having fun with their drugs now, and I'm the clean one. That what did we like jump into like a parallel universe or something where
No, Greg,
what?
it's called life is catching up with you. Well, like, I mean, yes, I've been smoking this whole time, but I didn't go and party. I didn't go into the alcohol. Out of high school, I went to work just like you did, but that's all I focused on was work and saving my money and everything and finding better work, you know?
So what you're saying is, I did all the fucked up shit, and then I stopped at 30, and then everybody who didn't do it until 30 is doing it now.
You followed your dad and mom's plan and that fucked you over. So you fucking were screaming every time you got a moment to yourself, you know, and you went hard in the paint,
I did.
you know.
Those are some awesome days that
Whereas
I have no recollection over.
exactly, you know, and like that's the main thing is like, but at the same time, man, you're on another level with your emotions and your sobriety. Like that's the trade-off. Is like, yeah, you're not you maybe can't handle your drugs in a public setting like everybody would like you to, but when you're sober, you're just as energetic as somebody on drugs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have disappointed many people when they heard that I got sober, and then like
Yeah.
2 weeks later they were like,
Well, no, it's just
"Are you sure you got sober?" And I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah." He's like, "Because you're still fucking weird." And I was
You
like,
use drugs to numb yourself, whereas, well, I mean, I do too. I'm not gonna lie. I use marijuana to slow my brain down so that my body can actually catch up. And like whereas Adderall and Ritalin, all they did was speed me up, you know, and it just
I made the joke of someone saying like, "Oh yeah, you thought the drugs were the reason why I was fucked up." No, the drugs were holding me back. I'm unleashed.
well, one of my clients, like she explained it to me. I went and saw her after her kids admitted her to the hospital and everything, and she's bipolar. She admits it and everything, and she admits that she has her difficulties in life, but she explained it that she's happy that she's bipolar. She thinks that it's a blessing. And I'm like, how do you figure that? It's like, because the highs are really, really fucking high, you know, and
Mm,
nobody else can touch that. Yes, the lows
that's her
are low.
personal view.
And I'm like, but I've never had somebody explain it to me like that. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that a little bit. You know, it's because like a lot of people are scared to show their emotions in day-to-day stuff, especially like you see that in Germany. Like that's why people aren't social and everything, is because people are afraid to be vulnerable with their emotions because they're afraid that they're not going to be accepted. You know, just like with dating and everything, like people are shallow like that. And I mean,
Well,
not that they don't
I
have good
would
reason to.
argue that the thing with bipolar disorder is that you can't help yourself, because from my personal experience, when what I feel is a lot more intense than I guess what a normal person feels, or at least I express it in a weird way. There's a colleague of mine who says my face changes like 5 times every 20 seconds to like,
Right, you're very expressive.
uh, and the way I would explain it is that when I'm happy, what a normal person would consider like, I'm happy, what I feel is like fucking fantastic, right?
Yeah,
Like this is the greatest fucking day of my life,
you
and all
feel
I'm
it in
doing
your
is eating some
body,
buttered
like
toast.
you're fucking possessed.
But the trade-off is that when I'm feeling sad, as a normal person would feel sad, it's intense, it hurts. I can't really fucking function properly. Uh, I don't know really
See,
how to take care of myself. It's a bad trade-off.
and what
I don't.
I feel like a lot of people that aren't are normal, quotation, air quotes, is that like they agree with you on the high part, but then they'll lie to you and say that they don't feel you with the low part either. But like honestly, I know I'm not bipolar, but I feel it physically whenever I'm emotionally fucking actually hurt and everything because I'm an intimate person. Like I thrive
We're
with intimate relationships, like what me and you have, what like talking to people on an intimate level and being vulnerable. Because like if I gotta talk to you with a fucking full suit of armor, fuck you. I'll stay home and fucking be lazy.
in any case, where you said that she's happy that she has bipolar, for me, I've come to the point in life where I've accepted who I am and I'm able to live with it without drugs and alcohol.
And that's good.
It just
I think
took
that's good.
it took until the age of May 25th, 2021. I was 30. That's
Yeah.
how long it took. Took
And
30
now you're
years.
now you're on the road to loving yourself as you are and accepting you know, like we all need to take the time to like actually sit here and like pick our brains and understand why we do the things that we do, you know. Just by yourself. Like counseling is great and everything, but a lot of this stuff you can just figure out if you're just really honest with yourself. Like sit down there, like why do I want to go drink? Why do I want to go to this specific spot? Why do I want to talk to this person? Why am I angry right now over this thing? Like actually sit there and ask your question to yourself and answer it honestly, and then you can find your own reasons, you know? Like that's what I thrive off of. Like with the going through this dating thing, like everything is up and down. Like I honestly do feel bipolar fucking going through this shit right now because it's just like I really really like her and everything, and then I'm just sitting here, but I gotta be patient. You know, like I just want to go race, but it's a fucking walk in the park right now.
She
So
put you in any more toxic situations?
no, she hasn't put me in any more toxic situations. Like where like the communication level is super high and everything. Like this weekend we talked about is like about our compatibility and everything, and that's why she's hesitant right now is because like she thinks that the way that she is going to upset me on a regular basis just because of my tendencies like me
I would
being
agree with her.
how you- how you gonna say that you don't even all right.
You've told me some very fucked up situations, and I told you that uh, she is comfortable putting you in environments that I would classify as toxic, and she's going to do that numerous times because she's comfortable in that environment and you're not. And she said it.
Okay. When you say a toxic environment, the only toxic environment was the last time that we went to karaoke.
Fine, but the time before that, it was a dysfunctional environment because you couldn't participate the way that she wanted you to.
Because
Not that
she had
she,
not vocalized what she wanted.
sure, but she did let you know in her own way that she was comfortable with that situation, one that you were not. That speaks for her character, and at least she's willing to admit it.
What do you mean by that in that situation? That what did you expect her to do? To leave her friends at the table to come hang out with me?
No, you were supposed to
Yeah, and I
pull
understand
that
that. And that
trigger.
that was on me because I
And
didn't
then her
socialize.
response to that was like, okay, so that's what he's like, I'm gonna find somebody else to fuck, and I'm gonna put them in the same room and see what happens.
Okay, nobody's fucking, dude.
But
She's
that was
not
the
fucking
intent.
anybody.
You were the one that told me that that guy came there with that impression that that was
Because
going to
he
happen that
wants to
night,
fuck.
and she knew this.
Okay. Like I'm really having a hard time like accepting the fact that you can't get over the fact that you think that people are only online dating because they want to fuck.
Okay,
Okay. I've been talking to this girl for 40 days straight, consecutively,
okay,
and probably another 7 on top of that before we switch to Snapchat and all that. Okay. We haven't done anything or anything like that. She's practicing celibacy. That's her birth control. That's what she told me. So
Okay.
I understand the situation, but the way that I'm looking at it is that she's not scared to set up a situation to get an answer that she wants. Like, instead of just asking me a question and like just taking my word for it, a stranger, she set up the situation, invited me, and then that's how I acted, and it was a test, and that's fine. Because I do the same thing, like I'll set up a situation and I'll have a secret checklist in my head that I'm grading you on. It's fucked up, but I'm like, I do it
It's
too.
fucked up. At least you see it that it's fucked up. At least I can give you that one. At least you are willing to
But
admit
how
that it's
else are you
fucked up.
supposed to judge somebody's character when people can lie? Actions speak louder than words. So
I agree
that's
with
where
you
I
on
get,
that part too.
yeah. Especially like she's telling me that she's talking to two other guys at the same time with me. Okay? And in the sense of reality, I can't judge her for that because that's what that we're both online dating. We haven't said that, oh, I think that you're the one. We're
What's
both
holding you back?
I'm not the one, like, it's just seeing it out. Like, what's holding me back is us jumping into a relationship, and then the kids get comfortable with me, and then we find out all the small things, and then the relationship only lasts like 6 or 8 months. I don't want to go into the kids' lives and be a really cool partner and friend and everything, because like I know that's who I am. Like, if we become serious, I'm gonna be a part of the kids' lives, like whether like in whatever fashion they're
Yes,
willing to accept
that
me.
is, yeah.
You know,
I'm
just because
very much a part of her
yeah,
kids' lives.
and I know that that's who I am. Like, I love interacting with kids and fucking and supporting them. Fucking, like, if somebody wants to play an instrument, I'll go fucking buy one right now, just so they don't have an excuse. Like, you can start right now. If you want to go learn how to skateboard, let's fucking go. We'll wait till the rain dries, and we'll go out there, and I'll fucking watch you in case you get hurt. You know, I want to be that guy and everything. So like that's what's holding me back. And I like that. I like the fact that she's not willing to just rush in and put the kids at risk. I like the fact that she's taking her time because she is stable. She doesn't need somebody to support her. She needs somebody emotionally, and just physically. She doesn't need the like support financially and stability. She's got that already. So like that's really what's attracting me to her, is the fact that she's displaying self-control. That's what I'm seeing it as. She can control herself with me, because like we've been in plenty of situations where if she didn't have any self-control, we would have fucked plenty of times before. So in a way, it's kind of a turn on for me. So that's where I'm at. It's like I'm intrigued because she's giving me pushback, and not in like a fucking asshole way where I'm like, she's saying no, but I think she really means yes. No, she's not saying no. She's saying, I want to be sure.
Okay. Okay.
Well, come on, talk to me about it, because I do care about your opinion, man. I mean, fuck, you know me better than
Mm.
anybody else,
Got different perspectives, I guess, in this scenario. Like,
and that's why I love
if it
talking to you
were,
about it.
if I were in that position, let's say we're talking about me, and I'm in that position, and I start talking to this guy who is planning on having a threesome with a girl I'm talking to. I couldn't associate myself with her anymore
Mhm.
because she's not in the same game as I am. She's playing the field, and I'm not trying to play the field, trying to be with her.
Okay, in my opinion, I can't speak for her. My situation, the way that I explained that night is that she's giving all three of us an equal opportunity to impress her with whatever we want to offer, put on the table. Okay. That's why I called him a suitor, because that's what we are at this point. You know, she's not
Okay.
saying that, like, she's saying that she's a mother first and everything, and that's what it is.
So the
Well,
dynamic of the competition, you're okay with
it's
this.
competition, and I'm fine with that because she's been very fucking transparent. You know, she didn't have to tell me about
Okay.
that shit. She didn't have to tell me anything about that. She could have
No.
easily fucking misdirected me or changed the subject or anything like that. And that's why I'm not that's why I can understand it now afterwards. Like in the moment, yes, I was like, ah. And then the alcohol was just fucking making it harder to switch back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, it's not a good situation. I need to go home and sober up, you know. So like, yeah, but that happens whenever you're fucking dealing with new people that you don't know, you know. But that's what the point is she found out a lot of good information about me that I couldn't lie about.
She put you on the spot. Yeah.
And me personally, as far as sex goes, like I'm not like, how do I say this? Because we are being recorded.
Well, it's never about really sex. It's about trust.
It's about trust and loyalty. If at the end of the day I know that you're loyal to me, I'll never question your reasons.
Okay.
And
That's a good one.
I never want to be in that position where I ever have doubt. That's the level of trust.
That would be really bad for foundation.
Yeah. And I don't have doubt, you know. If anything, like she's been very talkative and everything. Where it's going great. It's going great. I don't want to say too much just in case she actually does decide to fucking listen to this podcast. I don't think she
Well,
has.
I'm sorry I keep busting your balls on this. I'm just worried. I'm worried that this is all
No,
gonna
dude,
super
that's your
backfire on
job,
you.
brother. That's your job. That's your job as my friend, is to fucking play the advocate and fucking make
You
sure that I'm
sound like you're
thinking
in
about it.
shark water to me. You just sound like you're in shark water to me, and I just we've all been down this road before. It usually goes
Bigger
right
the
into a
risk, the bigger the
wall.
payout. You know, like if you're not willing to risk, like that's what I keep
I
telling
go
myself. Like if
the
I'm if
the
if I'm gonna
wall.
play it safe, then how do I expect to find the right person? If I don't put it out there and accept the rejection with the exception, you know, it's like I heard a quote today. You can't accept the rose without holding the thorns.
Okay, fine. But are the thorns going to leave you a little scar, a little nibble, or are they going to leave you in stitches? Because ultimately, you do want stability, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you plan on getting it from this angle?
By playing it safe and slow and seeing how we act on a day-to-day basis when real life stuff happens, like this week. Like I kept trying to see her while she was at work, but she said that the big wigs are in town, so it's not really a smart idea to be slacking off at work
Around.
right now. And I'm like, totally fine. Can you what was the word I said? Fucking whatever, semicolon. Would you stop by my house after work before you go pick up the kids just to say hi? And she did. And that's what happened just now whenever I had to stop. So that was nice. I really appreciate her going out of her way to come and say hi so I could see her face and everything. Cause like we've been talking, but it's just like I want to fucking like have a conversation, not a back and forth on texting and everything while I'm working, you know. So that's that's what's happened today. So like I don't know. I mean, I really feel good. Like it's like the strong feelings are coming up. I am using my head, and I'm glad that she's using her head as well too, you know. So like I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm glad that you're sitting here worrying about me, brother. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. I worry about you
Well,
too.
I was definitely expecting another like story about some fucked up shit that she put you through, and
No,
it's mind fucking you.
no. I mean, if anything, that's like I kind of respect it. It's because like she's not boring.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Maybe
What?
it's me. Maybe I'm the boring one.
You are boring now. You're going hard in
Oh
the sober
God.
paint now.
Ah, what the
See, it doesn't
fuck?
matter if you're on drugs or not. You're going hard either way.
What the fuck? Just oh man, my head. You're hurting me, man. You're hurting me. You're hurting my soul.
It's all good, bro.
My best friend in the whole wide world is taking hardcore drugs and is involved with a human being that is very comfortable with toxic environments. This does not sound good, Ronnie. This does not sound good.
Okay, Greg,
I
I've been
think
taking LSD annually for like 6 years.
that
I do it like once a year.
Jesus fuck, what?
It's very
Oh
therapeutic.
my
I'm
god.
sorry that you
Oh
can't
my.
grasp that I'm comfortable exploring my mind because it's not fucking riddled with booby traps.
I have a theory that uh a couple weeks ago you were talking about how you were doing back to back to back drinking, even though it's not normal for you to do that, but you were definitely doing that. You called me like in the middle of the night for you, but I was 5 minutes away from starting work, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm going to work." You're like, "Grrr." I was like, "Oh, great. He's really fucked. He's really fucked." Like, oh my god. But I have a sneaky suspicion, and I'll call you on it if this is right. But I have a fucked up suspicion that though the weed and the alcohol is not impairing you to the point to where you can't go to work or can't get your shit together, it does give you a slight impairment on your judgment process.
Yes, yes, it does because I
And
am
I'm
too
afraid that that's
critical.
going to backfire on you really
Yeah,
badly.
I get that, but like that's the risk that I take. Like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Okay. If I sit here in my apartment that where everything's clean, everything matches, everything looks good, everything, I have all my entertainment, all that, but I have nobody to share it with. Like that's the whole reason I bought these ferrets. Is so that I have something to take care of, mitigate the chaos. Everybody needs a little bit of chaos.
I agree with you. Boring is bad.
Yes,
Boring
exactly.
is bad.
So like, yeah, I mean, fuck, they're chewing up my $5,000 fucking massage chair on a weekly basis, but it's they're so fucking cute though. They're like fucking furry dragons
Oh man. Okay.
that you can hold like in one hand.
Well, I until you give me the next fucked up story, I've said all I can on this topic. I'm worried about you, but I also love you, and you are giving me the impression that you are definitely going down this road no matter what I say. So I
Yeah,
look forward to this crazy ass roller coaster that you're about to be
because I
that you're
love you,
on.
Greg, and I hear you, and I appreciate your opinion, but you have a shitty
You're
track.
doing it.
You have a
You're
shitty
you're
track
you're
record.
yes, I do have a shitty track record. I do, just not recently.
Okay.
And also, I guess I have the advantage that I've been sober for quite a while now.
Been
And
sober. You knew this girl before you were available. Well, yeah, before you
yeah,
were
that's not
available.
fair. I can't it's not a fair thing to
Like
compare
I've
when
been
you're
in your
really, really
situation. Like
happy when
that
you're
was
with
my
somebody.
situation with the second Samantha whenever I came up here. She just had a baby and got out of that relationship, and then I had just gotten out of the other relationship, and then we got together and everything, and it was fucking great at first. We were so happy because we're like, finally we get to do this. Like we were such great friends. We're gonna be great fucking lovers. And then no, we argue too much.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Hey, it's
Me
life.
and my
You
girl
learn.
talk about every little thing that's going on in our mind. We're pretty good at reading each other's faces at this point. She knows when I'm having my panic attacks. We're watching each other. We're actually paying attention to all the little shit, and
That's good, brother. Happy for you.
I let her speak her piece. She lets me speak my piece. We make each other laugh on a daily basis. but she just thinks I'm funny in general.
Well, that's
Just
always
my
good,
just
right?
the human being that I am is just in general. Okay, just for an example, just an example. She's meeting my people tomorrow. Okay. And she was really nervous about this. Now, I don't know if this is a Hungarian culture thing or just my girl specifically, but she was freaking out. She's like, I have to bring a gift. I have to bring a gift. I can't come there empty handed. These people don't, what do they think of me? I was like, nothing. They're not gonna think fucking anything. One's an American who doesn't give a shit about that stuff, and the other one's a German who married the American, so he doesn't care about that shit either. You have nothing to worry about. No, 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 no. I have to bring a gift. What should I bring them? And I go, I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah. But that's
But
good, brother.
I then rolled out a scenario for her. I was like, look, I'm gonna ask her what she wants. And she said immediately she's gonna say they don't need anything, and that's not gonna help. I was like, you're right. They're gonna say they don't need anything, but then 3 seconds later, boom, something's wrong with the baby, and that's what you're gonna give her as a gift. And she starts laughing, and she goes, "You said boom," and
But Hungarians don't joke about stuff like that.
she just thinks that's fucking funny. She just thinks the way I talk, the immaturity or that level of immaturity that I have inside of me, she loves it. She
I hope
fucking
she
loves
continues
it.
to love it.
As long as I'm sober, I think I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, just don't be a fucking clown whenever fucking the ex-boyfriend comes knocking around.
I'm gonna shake his hand. I'm gonna be like, "Thank you so much for being the piece of shit that you are. I am eternally grateful."
I mean, if you're gonna be a clown, just like go full Jim Carrey and just like fucking honk his nose and just fucking slapstick comedy on him. Like
That's
fucking
a
just
great
drunken
idea.
monkey his ass, just
Oh, that's a good idea. That is a good
oh
idea.
yeah. All
Well,
right,
do you got
brother.
anything else on your chest?
No, I think that was a good session. I wanted to talk about it, but I was hesitant because like I don't know if she's gonna hear it or not. But either way, it's eh,
Oh, she's definitely gonna love me. Be
yeah.
like, your best
I
friend
mean,
fucking is an asshole.
yeah. But no, it's like either way, I feel like it's gonna be beneficial if it goes either way. Either I'm gonna because right now like I'm doing some hard self-analyzing and everything and trying to correct the things from my last relationship, because like even though yeah, there was a lot of problems on her side, I know that just fundamentally there had to been stuff on my side. So I'm trying to fucking analyze that and make sure that I don't fucking keep repeating it.
Just do me one favor, Rodney.
What's
Please do
that?
me one favor.
What's
I
that?
need you to keep tally of all the toxic environments that she puts you in. And I need you to keep a
I
tally also on how frequently these things happen. And it has nothing to do with her having another guy around to compete, to have you in a competition with. All I'm saying is, yeah, great. Just tally. And then after 6 months, be like, oh, so there was 120 toxic situations you put me in. Like, don't let it get far. Please, 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 please don't do that to yourself, man. Don't do it.
I'll definitely
Hey,
yeah, I'll promise you that, brother. I will keep tally and I will avoid toxic situations and I will analyze what actually is toxic for me.
yeah, because everybody's got a different spectrum of
Because
that. I get
like
it.
the toxic situation, like I see where you're coming from because I don't think you've ever been in a relationship where a threesome was actually would have been healthy, you know.
No, but I've had people put me in situations that were really fucked up and I couldn't deal.
Yeah. And I understand that. And I hear you and I'm glad you're looking out for me, brother. But me personally, like back on the loyalty and the trust thing, like as long as I trust that I know that like sex is just a thing. It's an activity. Yes, like it can be really fun with somebody that you get along with really well. Just like this podcast can be really fucking fun because we're really good friends. Where other times it can be really fucking stressful because we're really fucking good friends and I know what the fuck you're gonna say, you know? but it's like, I don't know, it's give and take, brother. Like I'm definitely keeping tally. Like just know that I'm not an idiot, you know. I don't throw
I
my
never said you were an idiot. Why are we in this situation? Why am I the sober one? What is happening? What the fuck is
because
happening?
because drugs didn't solve your problems, bro. Because you use drugs to solve problems. I don't.
I use drugs to be unconscious.
I use
Wasn't
drugs
trying to solve
to
anything.
lower myself because I'm so high amped and anxiety all the time. So like yeah, like but I never like to be completely out of control.
I just wanted to be unconscious. But we've already had that conversation and those days are gone.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We definitely hit the 50-minute mark. Love you, brother. I hope you have a
Love you
great
too,
boring
Rodney.
week. Enjoy your day off with David. You guys going anywhere? You got any plans? Or are you still broke?
Save my money. Save my money. And
Hey,
fasting is finally over. Ramadan is over. So I'm really happy that I'm going to have lunch again.
good for you, brother. Good for you. All right. Well, we're gonna end it here. We will be back next week. Yeah. So
Every
here's
Monday.
us.
Every Monday, a new
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. We're always a day or a week late on dropping it, but it is what it is. Don't expect much from us. We're not fucking professionals. You're not paying us, so it is what it is.
Every Monday, a new episode.
Every Monday, new episode. All right. Love you, brother.
Love you, Rodney. Good night.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great day or a great week. Bye.